As temperatures fall during the winter, local bodies of water gradually freeze over, and people need to exercise caution while on open ice.
That's right, Joe, because it doesn't have to be a slippery slope when it comes to a dangerous icy surface, and it's important to take necessary precautions to keep yourself safe.
The Twin Tiers is a hot spot for cold weather activities, from sledding and snowmobiling all the way to ice fishing. All types of outdoor winter fun come with possible hazards, but here we will be focusing on keeping you safe from thin ice. To be out on open ice with nothing in between you and the chilly waters below is a situation where you must know what you're doing. Knowing the exact thickness of ice below you is critical, as it could be the difference between putting your life or other lives at risk. Brick Pond in Elmira is already getting some patchy ice formation, but Beverly's Pond in Big Flats is still a bit behind in that regard. However, it's only a matter of time.
While it has been a very chilly month for November, it still takes a little bit of time for that water to freeze over, but come wintertime, this pond is going to be abuzz with activity.
There's a guide to follow when it comes to being safe on the ice, and it all comes down to that thickness. According to the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation, you should use an ice chisel, auger, or cordless drill to make a hole, then use a tape measure. You can also use an ice skimmer with inch markings on the handle as well, which is a common tool used when ice fishing. Even with all of this information, you still have to use caution. So, if there happened to be a worst-case scenario of falling through the ice, the best thing one could do is not panic. You have to relax your muscles to overcome the initial cold shock response that will happen to your body when quickly submerged in drastically cold water. If it's too difficult to move yourself out of the water by kicking your legs and spreading your arms out as wide as possible, you must stay relaxed until help arrives. Never be alone when going out on open ice.
During an encounter with bone-chilling water, it won't always be an option to save yourself, and if it comes to that, first responders in our area are well equipped to save your life.
Water rescues are all about timing, and when it comes to freezing temperatures, things can only get tougher for our local heroes. However, it's clearly a task the Elmira Fire Department is ready for at a moment's notice.
Every year we go out and we train on the ice when the conditions are favorable for us. A lot of times we don't want to train when it's completely frozen, because it's a little less likely for someone to go through the ice at that point. However, we have every year we go out and we train on the ice, and we train on our operations on the water as well.
Being no strangers to the cold, past rescue attempts were able to be successful.
In the past, every operation that we've had on ice has worked out, and worked out well for the rescue and recovery of the person in the water.
This was a relief to hear, but first responders can't do this without the proper gear. Body protecting ice suits on hand are also key in ice water rescue efforts.
There is a switch over between the warmer months and then the colder months for us to switch to our protective suits that we use. We use a different type of suit from our Swift water suit to our ice rescue suit. So there's a little bit of maintenance that has to go into that and a switch over for the team, but all of our equipment is essentially the same on the boats.
When it comes to seeing someone fall through the ice, there is no time to spare. You can't mess around with hypothermia and drowning. Call 911 right away and do what you can until first responders arrive. With this WENY special report, meteorologist Tony Chiavaroli.
And it's just always best to play it safe, as you don't want to find yourself out on thin ice, guys. It could just be way too dangerous.